Of all the shows that run on the Adult Swim network, my favorites by far have always tended to lean on the shorter 10 to 15 minute episode type shows. You know, stuff like Loiter Squad, Xavier Renegade Angel, Super Jail, Dream Corp LLC, Mike Tyson's Mystery Adventures. I could go on forever. Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law, that's another one. Now, while I love all these shows deeply, it is rather easy to go through seasons too quickly, seeing as the runtime is so short. They leave me wanting more. I'm like an animation addict over here. Enter Adult Swim Smalls, these 3 to 8 minute long shorts created by independent artists and a catalog stretching back all the way to 2018. Now these smalls can go from humorous things to horror and suspense to the downright bizarre. What am I watching here? What even is this? The shorts range from live action, 3D computer animations, claymations, and 2D cartoons, with the latter being what comprises most of the catalog, although many will combine multiple animation styles and even genres into one. Binge watching these smalls is what led me to find Gassy's Gassin' Stuff, 2 animated shorts revolving around the daily routines of gas station attendants. Being someone who has spent more time in a gas station than they'd like to admit, the show really resonated with its premise and colorful animation style, which leads me to today's topic. Today's video is going to be about Sunshine Mall, the group behind these shorts and many, many other projects I had no idea about. These guys work all over the place, it would seem, not just on Adult Swim. Nike, musical artists, and bowling animations are just to name a few. But without further ado, I present to you all the zany animation duo of Sunshine Mall. The Sunshine Mall is a Chicago-based animation studio comprised of Sarah Schmidt and Ian Ballantyne, self-proclaimed enemies, yet friends nonetheless. The two formed the group in the summer of 2019 in Columbus, Ohio, after having worked together on a ska-centered documentary called Pick It Up, Ska in the 90s. All the animation work is done by them, including a 4-minute history lesson over the entire genre, the centerpiece of the movie, if you will. It's incredibly impressive, both the animation quality as well as the film itself. I highly recommend it. The connection to this job stems from Sarah's online postings of her love for ska music. Director Taylor Morden actually saw these and reached out to her to contribute to the movie. Both Sarah and Ian agree that it was this project that finalized their partnership for good, as soon as it wrapped, the two officially started the Sunshine Mall. Now, not much can be found personally on Ian Ballantyne aside from his Instagram and his website, which is just the guy drinking, I don't know, blood or something. I kinda like it. It reminds me of something you'd see in Smiling Friends. But with Sarah Schmidt, we do have a little more information to work off of. Sarah was, and I quote, raised by marching band in a family gas station, which explains the inspiration for Gassy's. Having graduated from Columbus College of Art and Design in 2014, she immediately got to work animating for Rad Fortress and Super 77, a motion design studio. By 2017, she was working freelance, teaching back at her college, and doing artwork for the promotions company Bravo Artist. In 2018, she begins working on projects with our boy Ian here, and the rest is history, as Sunshine Mall comes into existence. Something cool to note is that she also has a free, curated screening series that shows off new animators pushing the medium called Malt Adult. Also based out of Chicago, Malt Adult has this limited fan magazine that they print which features animation-friendly essays, writings, ramblings, drawings, and comics. So I guess there really are some people out there with arts degrees actually doing things with their lives. It's nice to see. So like I said earlier, although they had worked together back in 2018, their first major project as Sunshine Mall Animation would be with No Earbuds, a music consulting PR company and marketing agency. The duo did the animation for the company's introduction video, as well as their explainer video, and many of the still/moving illustrations for their website. Since the group was already fans of many of the bands that No Earbuds represents, working on this project seemed like a no-brainer to them, essentially paying homage to those bands. Some of these bands include Origami Angel, Pool Kids, The Format, Balance and Composure, Foxing, and The Wonder Years, so quite a big group. Now that same year, Studio BMO and Modern Logic would tag the team in for work on FX's second season of their hit show Mayans MC, doing the drawings of Scott Hassel's illustrations. Their work is featured in the promotional trailer for the second season, adding the graphics over the motorcycles for the lead characters. Honestly, the work is really badass and drives home the show's motifs and iconography. Rough animations of this can be found on their website. The following year, in 2020, artist Sean Solomon called up the group to join a team working on a music video for Run the Jewels, a rap group composed of Killer Mike and LP. Sunshine Mall would contribute to Sean's style with 2D effects found all throughout the video. If you have the chance, you should go listen to it. The whole thing is pretty dope and catchy. And as if the year wasn't busy enough, Too Tall Animation would go on to hire the two for over a dozen rotoscope animations of NBA players. This project was for the Fox Sports Go app, a streaming service for, you guessed it, sports. All of the animation work was collected over 3 videos, making this one project larger than it originally sounded. Then, in 2021, writer and director Leah Shore brought in the team to work on a project for MailChimp and Oscilloscope Films. The project was a 3-minute film, which eventually ended up on the Criterion Channel in 2023 after going around numerous film festivals. The Criterion Channel, by the way, is the streaming service for the Criterion Collection, an American home video distribution company that focuses on licensing, restoring, and distributing important classic and contemporary films. Though Shore provided the storyboard and art direction, it was the work of Sarah and Ian that really brought this piece to life, truly fleshing out what Shore was trying to get across to viewers. It's beautifully bizarre. Now, strap yourselves in, because this year is awfully eventful for the group. After their work on launch, creative studio Modern Logic would again hire them for work on a project for Nike. The duo was to animate the illustrations of artist Raul Urias in Nike's Dia de Muertos commercial. While artist Bruno Brasil did the character animations, Sarah and Ian were tasked on doing all the background animations, which ties all the other elements of the commercial together rather nicely. The whole purpose of the project was to depict the story of the Mictlan, the Aztecs' interpretation of the underworld. The next project they worked on really hits home for me personally, as Trolley is one of my favorite brands of sour candies. Sunshine Mall was brought on by the advertising agency Wyden plus Kennedy to make a 19-second animation for the candy company, wherein the delicious treats get abducted by a UFO that wants to eat them. And honestly, who can blame it? And finishing off the year strong, Sarah and Ian would make a metric shit ton of Giphy/Instagram stickers for the company Bath & Body Works. I mean, there are so many of these things, just look at them. Now, although 2022 consisted of only one major project, kind of, I'll get to this later, the place for which it was done has some significant history to it, possibly warranting a video of its own. I'm of course talking about Mahal's 20 Lane, the oldest bowling alley in Ohio, and the site of multiple ghost sightings. The place is nearly a century old after all. Sunshine Mall was commissioned by the place to make bowling animations for both the screens in the lanes as well as the bar. All of these animations were inspired by the works of Stephen King, paying homage to Carrie, Pet Sematary, 1408, It, and Children of the Corn. They're fantastic. If you live in Ohio, you might as well go check it out. The following year, 2023, would bring in more high-list celebrities to Sunshine Mall's resume. Award-winning animation studio Nathan Love would bring in the duo for work on SZA's Kill Bill music video, a project that would go on to be nominated for 8 VMAs. The two did animation work for the anime sequences of the music video, which, let's be honest, is the highlight of the whole thing. Not only does their work pull inspiration from the original film, Kill Bill, but Watanabe's Samurai Champloo contributes heavily as well. Nice to see that they have good taste in anime. And that finally brings us to Gassy's Gassin' Stuff, the 2 shorts I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Although the first episode was turned in around 2022, the Adult Swim network wouldn't air it until 2023, which is why I'm placing it here in the timeline. Same with the second episode. It gets turned in 2023, but won't see the light until the following year. Putting them here together just makes more sense. The whole concept of the show was actually a pitch by Sarah commissioned by Adult Swim Smalls. She had a couple ideas for them, but ended up settling on a concept she was extremely familiar with. Gas stations. I can't stress this enough, people. If you're a gas station person, and you know who you are, then you gotta watch these shorts. You just have to. It's not enjoyable just from an employee's standpoint. The whole show resonates with anyone found present in one of those lotto and snack havens. The ambiance, in my opinion, is just perfect, and the characters, while caricatures, are pretty damn accurate to what you'd find in real life. Also, all of the voices are done by either Ian, Sarah, or their many music-related friends. All these people right here. The whole thing is just one big project by a bunch of buddies. It's really heartwarming. You can really feel the love that went into this thing, both in terms of animation and voice acting. And personally, out of all the characters, I really like the manager, who is this two-headed, anthropomorphic cat person. I don't know, I just thought the character design was kind of cool. So please, go check this thing out so they can make more episodes. I beg of you. And to conclude this video, in 2024, clothing brand Chubbies would release an animated lore video revolving around one of their products, the Neon Lights pattern swim trunks. Sunshine Mall was brought on by animation studio Titmouse to create a backstory for this beachside product. The project was completely designed, illustrated, and animated by the two, which again is just so impressive in my eyes. And those are just the major projects of Sunshine Mall. Despite this video's length, I still left out all their miscellaneous work for you to appreciate and discover on your own. All of this, including the contents of this video, can be found on their website and includes projects from lo-fi covers to an Eminem and Snoop Dogg music video and much, much more. Please, go check them out on their personal pages as well as their group's website. And who knows, maybe if you're in need of some colorful and zany animation work, you'll know exactly who to call. The socials are down in the description.